Hello, boys and girls. Let's get into this. This is a pretty crazy day. I know it took me a little while to go live. It had nothing to do. This was not planned. Just to put it out there. Those who think I was somehow able to plan this out, not really. This is due to news that came out. We're gonna go over this in a second. Let me just get situated with the chat. How's everybody doing? Ozzy first. Oh, that's not Brad. Brad, what happened? Brad, how are you not first? What happened, Brad? Hello, Christoph. Hi, Brad. Don't feel sad. You're always first in my heart, brother. Ozzy, I'm sorry. Brad's place is reserved. He's always first. I don't know how he does it, actually, but all right. How's everybody doing today? A bit of an exciting day. We opened up before we go back to SMCI. Let's look at what's going on with the overall market just real quick. We opened up obviously with the ginormous, well, relatively speaking, on a daily basis, on the daily scale, a big gap, that is. So unsurprisingly so, those who've been around and know how much the market cares about these things. In fact, it's kind of funny. We can see a trend going on internally. We ran down here, but still proceeding with this downtrend, correcting that gap. So not an abnormality. In fact, it just kind of gives me a breather, gives me some room to look at SMCI and what's going on. So overall, it is going to the downside, correcting to that 57.22. We spoke about it in depth several times. You can see how it played a role all along, and we are quite well familiar with it right here before as well. It's not completely new to us. So yeah, that gives me some freedom, and that also probably works with what we're seeing in the overall market. We're seeing a lot of red going on. Again, not surprisingly so. Nvidia, you'll see in a second what are we talking about. Really, it's not all that surprising in the context of things. Let me just bring that up. So, all right. So we have real quick, I'm gonna try and bring it up right here. So we have Nvidia, third largest customer, Supermicro Computer SMCI, reportedly under a DOJ probe as its annual reporting filing delays place investors on edge. They found some accounting irregularities, and so they're being probed, and there's of course there's a bunch of articles. You can find it from anything, from anywhere to everywhere right now. It's pretty much the dominant so the article that's going on right now. Let's go back to it. I mean, if you are objective sense, so again, we're not going to look at the high even. We can look at the high, but there's going to be an objective sense. The moment of starting to drop, give or take, we already dropped. As you can see right here, around 22%. So pretty severe. All in all, if I'll just stretch it just a little bit there, if I wasn't that sort of, okayish with this, I'm giving it the benefit, giving it some slack, if you will. It's 22%-ish on the downside, and it just happened very rapidly. And as far as I understand, trading has been halted a couple of times already. Let me get back to the chat. Hello. Bread internet is less than 1G. Much love all. Hello, Joel. Welcome. Joseph. Hello. Ozzy Smurfhood came in with the lightning internet. Oh my God, Gene, you legend. How are you doing, brother? I hope you had a lot of fun yesterday. At least you're up on your feet, so I'm already happy to see you're good. Becomes SMCI at $5 a pair share. What you think about gold? I like gold, not paper gold. Real gold is. It seems to me there's an actual case. When now because of gold actually found proper application in the quantum computing realm, and it's going to become a lot more valuable, I'm expecting. So as we're going to go into the future further on, and if economic strife will come about as we're expecting, recessionary period and all that wonderful stuff, people tend to go to safe havens, and which is a gold known to be. So I'm not going to be that surprised to see gold eventually skyrocket to $3,000. That's actually if Tim Titan, my wonderful best admin on the planet from our Discord, is here, he will be able to tell you that I predicted gold going higher when we were at 2K. In fact, he put a date on it just recently on one of the recent lives we were doing. There's an actual date where him and I spoke, and I told him gold will be going higher. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I do like gold. It doesn't mean it's going to be a straight line forward, straight line up, forward from here on out. It's a little bit more convoluted. Hello, lovely people. Please make sure to smash the like and the bell and ring the YouTube. Amazing for amazing Greg. Thank you, Christoph. True brother from another mother. Christoph is one of our leading moderators in our Discord as well, a form of an admin. So, Christoph, thank you very much. Finally glad to be MU holder and not SMCI holder, although now SMCI is finally worth its share price. Actually, at this price, it's very close to where we would all argue that it's worth the price. This is a very problematic situation. We can just give it kind of a look to how technicals are being reset. I'm going to tell you, look, if you're going to be objective about technicals, regardless of what happened here, it was already getting ready to sell off. As you can see, sort of market was prepared for this. Again, it's the same argument that I keep on cycling and telling you guys. Technicals, as much as you technicals, in the words of the greatest brother from another mother, Tom himself, Tom Nash. Yeah, this is his example and analogy. Look, technical analysis is difficult. It's like leg day. Okay, it's like leg day in the gym, and in fact, it's probably, to do it properly, it's one of the most difficult skills to learn, and it's not that surprising that a lot of people don't know it and mock it as if it's nonsense, because they don't understand it, right? If you don't understand something, mocking it is not the mature way to go about it. But again, if you would have been objective, you've seen that this thing have been being sort of cooked and getting ready for a while, right? And this is not even the entire pain. This is just the beginning, right? So, as we keep on saying, you see, these things sadly oftentimes happen to work out as expected. Again, with all that correction, you now went even further deeper. By the way, Tom told you about this stuff. This is why Tom was, again, right 1000%. Not a good idea to be buying it yet. Not a good price. Yeah, so we're waiting to see this basically correct even further, and then it's gonna be maybe potentially rather shortly a nice buy at maybe the 200s and maybe even lower. But for now, we are seeing that, well, shit is hitting the fan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, honestly, I've spoke about how it's going to have more pain in the system, but no, I couldn't predict these headlines. Not at all. I was basically telling you what I saw based upon the technicals, but here we got today. Today definitely was another killer day for SMCI, and subsequently, I'm not going to be surprised if we're going to see, effects on NVIDIA, which right now seem to be reacting in a very, very tame reaction. 123. Funny psychological pretty number. I'm not surprised. It's that 123 here, of course. We have below that one 118, and my pathway to that 90. Right, so the 90 is basically, the 90 area is my destination. We know we have 118. Those are temporary resistances that came into play. We still are building a descending structure, right? So lower highs. As I've said the other day, it seems like we're building here a head and shoulders. You can see the remnants of the shoulder right here. We're already starting the movement to the downside. Not going to be surprised if we're going to see here. You can see that head and shoulders. Actually, it was already in place. I didn't notice. I had the other side of it right here. We're going to have some form of a head and shoulders right going on. That is the expectation, and as if just like the doctor ordered, we got this the very next day afterwards. Again, we were kind of prepared for this. We saw some of the momentum start to sort of cycle towards. We saw a flattening of the curve, as we said. We saw the momentum be getting a little bit more stifled, so that's not all that surprising. More so, not going to be all that surprising if we're going to see a correction to the upside, right? And only then continue that trend, and only then recognize that it was that sort of thing, and it doesn't mean it's going to be linear. All right, so that's that. All right, so fun stuff, boys and girls. We're actually having a fun day here. SMCI giving us a little bit of fun price action. As you can see right here, we're basically restructured, rebuild this trend on the shorter time frame. We know really it probably matches what we have on larger. Here it is. 1 second. Where was it? Hour? Yeah. So it's not all that surprising. Like, we knew the bigger structure. In reality, this is where that bottom moved to. Right now, you're seeing on that 1 minute, you're finally able to see this channel, right? You're able to see this beautiful thing. And that means we're still having another bottom right there, which towards those 200s that we spoke about. We said, in fact, it's going to be even lower. So that is just kind of part way. And remember, we said nothing is linear, so it's more of it's probably gonna have some form of a retracement here, retest. We're gonna get stuck in that resistance, support, retest to the ceiling, only then break back down to only then retest. So nothing is a straight line, right, in the market. We're familiar with this. We saw this quite often. So for example, if you compare to this point, this point, this point, and this point, right? So if you in realistic terms look at the in realistic terms, look at the overall process that you've done here, right? This way, you're going to realize, oh my God, that the price action sort of went back and forth all along, which is a very, very normal sort of behavior to the market. Really, if you really want to find this, it was actually here, which sort of sets this at almost 50% of the process. It was basically this channel. You can see how we drop from this step to this step, okay? That kind of the structure you can see here, that gradual process. Retest, next step, right? You can see how we're building up that structure. All right. Again, boys and girls, please like, subscribe, ring the bell. Join us on Discord, where I try to hang out quite a bit. We have our amazing Discord that now houses many people. It houses 18,600 members, right? All sorts of members. We have our public section right now. Online right now we have 1,200. Actually, we have more. We know, a lot of people stay invisible, but we also have our member section. Shout out to our awesome members who are hanging out right now in the open forum, where I try to hang out with them. The guys are right now discussing options and awesome stuff like that. I hope they are on this live as well, and the guys are aware of what's going on with SMCI and the overall market. We have don't forget, when you do join, make sure when you will see only this channel, first it will be just this one channel. You have to look up, make sure confirm this thing, right? Let me just remove this nonsense so people can see. When you join, you need to confirm the rules. If you skip this stage and you're not stuck in limbo, you can see the channels. It doesn't matter. You cannot retrace back. That channel will become invisible to you. That means you are either already a public member, you already became a public member, or you became a Patreon member, and that means you're going to skip to that partition. Join us on 4 Zooms a month with Tom Nash, myself, and you're going to join more activities with myself, hanging out here in the open forum. You can ask me questions. There's plenty of awesome stuff, from giveaways. By the way, shout out to our awesome moderator Elron, who was the winner of last year's giveaway, who won the 10 Tesla shares value of money, which we ended up buying in the beginning of the year, selling at the end, paying taxes, of course, for, and then giving it to Elron. And we had the other winners, Arthur and Ricky, awesome guys. Shout out to everyone, Tom, brother from another mother, Tim, all of you guys, Arnon, Mama, all of our legendary staff. Thank you, all of you. You're all awesome. 1000%. Now, where were we? By the way, I'm sorry to announce my one-on-one academy is probably gonna be closed off. I had somebody reach out who seems to be very, very serious, and I'll have with them a call later. So right now, again, if you're interested in signing up, hurry up, because I think the last spot is basically about to be taken. In the academy, the one-on-one academies, which on Discord I hang out with you one-on-one. We have a one-on-one lesson right here. I teach you technical analysis, and you of course become a lifetime member in our Discord. Right, we hang out right here, and we also get to see inventory partition. And yeah, and also shout out to Tom Nash and his amazing academy, Value Academy, which he teaches you how to evaluate companies properly, which we had an awesome Zoom call today, and we have one every week. So highly recommend. Plenty of lessons that we made a long time. Well, Tom made a while back, so you highly recommended. Tremendous value, just crazy, crazy value. I mean, I cannot explain what kind of a resource Tom's Academy is, unless you really give it a try and you understand. It's just phenomenal. Yeah, Tom worked, if those who don't know, he worked at Deloitte. That essentially was his job. He was sent by company A to company B to evaluate, to bring back data so company A will know whether company B is actually worth it. All right? Those who are not sure, Christoph here, if you don't mind sharing the links, although I'm not sure if you can, I'm going to quickly share my link to my Patreon in the Discord right there. So you... in the Discord, in the chat right there, so you can join. Right here it is. That's my Patreon, $10 a month, and you get to join all these wonderful things that I've just mentioned and more that I didn't mention. Not Tom's Academy. Tom's Academy is separate. You find it on his Patreon. All right, tremendous value. Highly recommend it. Now, let's look at S&P, I think, just because we need to. That's part of the thing we do here. 1 minute is not all that interesting. 5 minutes, not all that surprising. Kind of squeezed out most of that bearish momentum we opened up in the beginning of the day, trying to close that gap that we opened up with today. Don't forget we have another significant gap on the bottom. We can say we closed quite a significant portion of this one. We are about to close it, I would argue, rather shortly. With this being located in oversold territory, it's a matter of time. Right here on the 30 minutes, it looks more like a relief on an uptrend, so it is what it is. Let's not pretend that it's something else. It seems like it. It could be a complete reversal, a small head and shoulder structure right here. You can see we're having here potentially some sort of head and shoulders. We'll see what that's going to end up being, and whether this is just a sort of a structure of a downtrend that was just sort of taking longer time. Similarly, so not that surprising, we see something very similar right here on the 45 minutes. Right here, just kind of very deformed, very ugly, but it's hidden inside. Not all that surprising. Same thing, a little bit more squeezed on the 1 hour. We're actually bearish. We went bearish on the 1 hour. Something I'm pretty sure I mentioned yesterday that we're potentially gonna see, and I suspected we will. We will see whether this is temporary relief on an uptrend, or is this a correction. And again, we will see. We know the larger time frames more dominant, more important, so let's look at the larger time frames. Well, not surprised, just as we saw that yesterday, the 4 hours is switching back over, and it seems like it has more of a downtrend rather than an uptrend, at least for the time being, moving back into the body of the stochastic RSI. That's a momentum tool. Lovely. Yes, indeed. Arnon, I'm happy you're here. Are you already up to speed on SMCI? Yeah. Are you with the are you aware? Have you seen what's going on with SMCI today? Because I haven't heard you mention it at all. SMCI today chose to go down. It went down. Arnold, let's down. So there's that. I've mentioned supports and resistances here. Those who want to scroll back. Hello, Murad. Good to see ya. Let me look at the chat real quick. Leo, hello, Leo. Good to see you. Hello, lovely people. Yeah, we read that. Fine, glad to be. Yeah, we read that. Joseph, I just smashed the like button. I'm brand new here. Good to have you, Joseph. Join us on the Discord. Of course, you will be met in the public section first, but then again, if you want to upgrade and sort of move to the next step, and unsurprisingly so, when somebody offers you a car for free, the free car is going to be fiat. But if you actually subscribe those $10, you will be met with plenty of treasures, as I've mentioned earlier. The link is in the chat. Only $10 a month. That's the lowest, cheapest way to join our Patreon and Discord. On the members partition. Of course, you can join for free, as we said, to the public, which is just as fun. I promise you, it's also very fun. Do you have your own Discord channel? Joseph, Tom and Ash and I, we have a combined Discord. We work together. I've built Tom Nash's Discord. We've been friends since the 2019-ish. We kind of, got to know each other since then, became friends over time. As I would maybe not be ashamed to say, as I am his right-hand man, he is my right-hand man in various ways. He helped me build this channel, taught me a lot of things, bought me the mic I'm using to speak to you guys, the arm that's holding it. He insisted I would make the channel. He's a true friend to me, so it is what it is. So you have a combined Discord. Привет, Murat. Yes, привет, brother. Good to see you here and have you here. Those who are new know I'm not Russian. I'm actually Caucasian, if you will, and I'm from Israel. So I'm more of an Israeli Jew than anything else. Although I am Caucasian. Those who wonder, those who don't know, those who are new here. Feel free to join Discord. Make sure you read and apply to the rules. Very correct. A lot of smart, kind people there. I agree. Oh, I jumped. Amazing community. Yeah, a very amazing community. I agree. Took us forever to build it to be that amazing, but it is amazing. We have somebody there at all time of the day, 24/7. In fact, 25/8. Sorry. So yeah, we are here. Yeah. All right, what else? Hard and lovely, we said. According to my forecast, 127 by NVIDIA stocks. So for now, we are going down approximately 21. You're thinking about the lows of 21? We're going... Okay, I suspect that's what you're... Speaking of down, super microcomputer, down, Chris, yeah, right, Chris? 22%, beautiful day today. It's SMCI today when, get down again, get to the chopper. SMCI, she report from short. SMCI, she report from short. Yes. Road to 121 by NVIDIA. Absolutely. Привет, Greg. We read that. Greg, I'm a subscriber to your Patreon. Joseph, if you connected your accounts, make sure you connect your accounts. If you are still stuck in public, let me show you, boys and girls, those who are not familiar. We have the FAQ channel, the frequently asked questions. You scroll up, you have that partition, right? If you click this link, if you click it, it will open up a YouTube video that explains how to connect, but really all you need is to click this link, right? The go to, you see where it says go to? See this beautiful thing? If you click this, it will take you to Patreon, redirect you to the exact menu on Patreon. You need to click connect. You just need to confirm yourself. And once you do, you will be transformed and you will get new roles. And you'll be moved from here. You will be moved to our members, right? Just making sure it's clear. All right. Now that we've covered that little part. Happy Thursday indeed. Tom is an absolute legend. Yes, Tom is an absolute legend. You guys, those who are not familiar with Tom's skills, ladies and gents, I've been working in the industry for about 15 years-ish. I'm not sure I stopped counting at some point. And I can tell you that I've met a lot of specialists, experts, various sort of realms in the industry, because a jack of all trades is a master of none. We are masters of our own realm, if you will, and Tom is an absolute robot when it comes to what his realm, the valuation partition, DCF, how to DCA properly into things, and again, certain strategies that are more long term. Of course, his way of managing a portfolio, sort of his understanding of what is the right way, and he's quite an expert, ladies and gents. Let me tell you. Besides being a good friend, besides being a very honest person, good person, the good person that he is, he contributes a lot of his time and money into the community. Every single dime, dollar that goes into the bot, safety, security, bots, schmots, everything, giveaways, all of that, ladies and gents, in our community, that is Tom. Just for you to know, I'm nowhere nearly as near as rich as Tom is, so he's the one between us to be able to afford all that beautiful stuff. I'm contributing my own way. A firm to 17 is now likely. This is not financial advice. Gene Legend. Yeah, that's a little sound bite we have in our soundbox on the Discord. Absolutely. Weird Russian legend, what legend? Yeah, absolutely. Would he be? We're all weird in our own, way, special way. Wouldn't he be your left hand if you're the right hand? That's a figure of speech, Walter. Don't go to don't overthink it. You know. You know what? To be frank, with our the way it works, it's both Tim and Tom and Arnon and the rest of our moderators, and anywhere between Christoph and Nanny and Arnon and Tom himself, we're all a team. Okay, we help each other, we make each other, we improve each other, and so is the rest of the community. That's the intention. We do everything we can to empower, improve, educate, give as much resources as we humanly can for, even if it requires a little bit more effort. Really, again, the community we've built, and it took us quite a while, and of course it wasn't a given, and we've reached far higher numbers than we've reached back in the day when everybody were at home, right, which was phenomenal back then. We basically quadrupled these numbers since, and the community is just growing and growing and growing non-stop, and I highly doubt we're anywhere near the ceiling, if you will. So yeah. Cristiano, thank you very much. Thanks for the quality content as ever. Caught up at tool speed while preparing to go out. You're a legend, Cristiano. Thank you very much. As always, Cristiano with his assassin awesome name, Cristiano de no. I can't even pronounce it, Cristiano. I'm so sorry for butchering your name. No. I probably butchered it anyways, but it sounds like totally like an assassin. So we have that. Yeah, no, boys and girls, today is quite an exciting day. We are starting to see a bit of a reversal in the market. It's still sluggish in various ways. It's still us kind of moving sideways, if you will, more than anything. We still have lots of gaps to close. We do know how gaps work, so all of this sort of price action doesn't really surprise us, you have to admit. And once we close back and we penetrate that area where that other gap starts, we know we're gonna, well, a little bit lower, sorry. We're gonna start closing that other gap as well, moving even further lower. Why we know that? Because we know that our weekly basically is very weak and just waiting to break back down. And why we know that is because our monthly looks like utter, doo-doo. So yeah, don't worry. Horrible supreme spell in English. Don't worry. Look, I do try. All right, Cristiano, I do try. It's probably Italian, if anything. If I have to guess, Cristiano, I think it's Italian. I'm horrible at pronouncing Italian names. You guys have really awesome French names, are really awesome as well. French, Italian, Spanish names are really awesome. Italian, yeah, I've guessed so. But I'm so bad at pronouncing those names. I'm sorry. You all sound like crazy assassins. So, Antonio, Cristiano. Cool names. Anyway, Okay, now Murat, brother, talk to me. What's up? Hey, Greg, what do you think about SOXX? Let's take a look at it. I think 229 is a good entry point. Well, sure. Yeah, I mean, let's give it a look. See what I mean? Why not? We said you want SOXX, right? Uh, right. So let me just get up to speed right here real quick. Okay. Okay. What do we have here? Right. What did I want? Where's my thingy? Oh no, oh no, it's inside. But okay, from F it. Okay, volumes. Okay, well, okay. Pa, 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 pa. Uh, I think we spoke about. I kind of mentioned them by passing the other day. They're like shaking my head. They're like SMH in a lot of ways. Full shoulder. Obviously, you have quite. You are. I mean, this is obvious, right? I don't have to, show this, right? What's going on? You're in the middle of you are here. This is your, yeah. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, you are gonna squeeze some more upside, but you are prone to go down. I mean, this is the same thing as we said with shaking my head, right? It's that same structure, that same phenomena we see, that same blah blah. It's all, nothing all that surprising. So, like we said, more up, but then so up or another convergence, divergence, third impulse basically, and down. Okay, gotcha. So yeah, you got another impulse there, but you're gonna go down, which probably gonna be something along the lines of, break, right, full break, shoulder, whatever, shoulder potentially, we'll see, and break. That's what we see in the cards. It's not me being biased, it's just what we see, right? I mean, remember, it's that same as SMH. It's not horrible, it's probably difficult. You have to be more Italian. All right, Cristiano. See you tomorrow. Let's blow the socks off. Okay, I see. Right. It's a prison pattern. We're doomed. No, it's just it makes sense. It plays into everything else that we're seeing on everything else as well. The same sort of. Remember how we often say in the community how the event might not yet be printing, but we're already there, right? So this is part of it, and not all that surprising. I am astounded by how high we were able to push this one out, because I mean, this is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. This is exactly the sort of examples and the sort of thing that in the industry we mention when we mean when we mention the market can be irrational longer than we can be solvent, right? Remain solvent. Sorry, pardon me. Okay, Murat. Yeah, thumbs up. Thank God it's inverted inverted as better. I knew. I suspected something jumped up to mind. I was like, wait, are you saying what you're saying? And I was like, not as s. Yeah, I was like, what? Ah, you legend. No, it was crooked ass pattern. Or the bird, when the market gives us the bird. You're such a legend, Christoph. Uh, where were we? Let's get back to SMCI. I want to see how it's doing. I'm curious. Look, SMCI is going to try and pull up, I'm certain, right? To at least to this. See what up with this triangle. And we'll see. Maybe it's going to then pull up, pull down, pull up, pull down, drag some time, pull up, but all in all result in a downtrend. You see, that's kind of the trick that it does there. Could be very much the case. Plug nothing. Absolute nothing. Just absolute nothing. I mean, yeah, if you will, right? Yeah, absolute nothing. Look, plug, in my opinion, is gonna do something at some point soon because of the structure that has been building up towards for a very long time. The annoying bit that it's tightly, neatly correlated with energy, which is oil, and it kind of has its own thing. But we're starting to smell some positivity. Basically, look, this dragged on far longer than was expected. There are certain harmonics that dictate that this is possible. It's not beyond the realm of possibility, but this is basically uh, this is entire more impulses. Some would argue three more impulses that normally we should have had on this, and it really dragged this to death. And one of the reasons that why even myself I can't hold off from actually buying in, because the way I see it, even if it's gonna drop a little bit more, it's the perfect time for me to buy, even for a swing. Basically, it's not something I'm going to be holding forever, but it's a swing. Okay. And I do think it's not necessarily going to happen tomorrow, today, in a week from now. But we've been so overdue that at this point it might. Will it necessarily? No, I cannot promise anything of that sort. It's quite entangled. Oil still causing energy, still causing problems. So it's not straightforward. All right. So plug is rather boring, but I do like the play. More so if you have opportunity to pick up, around the 180s, 170s, and more so crazier if somehow by some imaginary, unbelievable miracle, 160 somehow. Pick up. Not financial advice, just more my own opinion, because that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna picking up at 160, 170, and hopefully by then you do you. Of course, like I said, not financial advice. This has already seemed to be a little bit on the bullish side of things. Inverted head and shoulders right there, which, by the way, believe it or not, it kind of plays in. You don't necessarily see it, but this is the structure that really plays out. You're like, why does it really play out? Yes, it does. Not necessarily visible. For example, here is that shoulder, right? The structure, the structure into it. What you need to accommodate, or how you need to see it, is basically through the highs and lows. That's how you recognize these things. Sometimes they're somewhat hidden. For example, if I look inwards, you're going to see exactly that head and shoulders I was talking about. Basically, it starts to become a little bit more visible, and still you see the pattern from before. That's how you need to connect between these time frames. It's not all that simple, and I said this before, by the way. But yeah, that's plug for you, boys and girls. All right. What else? SMCI definitely not having a fun day today, like we said. Which brings me to, let me maybe, if I can add this tag, right. WMT, give me a sec right there with WMT. We can do this, but give me a sec with this. Give me 1 second. Bear with me, as they say. Right. Yeah, S&P is correcting to the downside as we probably said it will. Let's look at Palantir for a second, by the way, since we're here. Not that big of a surprise. As we said, retest on that 3664. We saw it play a role. In fact, why am I drawing circles on circles on circles? But yeah, we had it play its role before. Right here, you can see that was the general support and resistance we went back and forth from. And as I said this before, in fact, I mean, come on, right? We've mentioned this before. That wasn't probably, if I remember, was it? No, we tested it prior to. I remember. I remember. Of course, then we have to go to as far as, like, really far. Yeah, it won't let me go that far. There's another tier I have to buy, the ultimate tier, because I'm premium, and apparently that's not enough for them. Go figure, right? All right. What else? What else? What else are we doing? What else are we talking about here? Everybody dropped. That's it. It took me a second, and everybody dropped. Everybody's dropping. Okay, well, it's their problem. Then they'll know a lot less. Gene, WMT. Let's look at WMT. I think we looked at them just the other day. I said I'm rather, like, it looks rather bullish. Again, not perfect, but bullish, if I remember correctly. Was it? Gene. China. China. What China? What do you want from China? What? You want us to look at China? Want me to look at China? China. China. Was the opposite of bullish? Went up. All right. I was bearish and it went up. The whole economy will crash. It's gonna get so similar. No. Well, first of all, I remember what Walmart. No way. It doesn't make any sense. Consumer staples, I was rather bullish on. I remember. Yeah. More. It has more right there. What you're doing on the yearly. Again, you have more bullish, but you're about to hit a wall. Now I remember. You're about to hit a wall and go down. Yeah, but you still have more bullish. Not Walmart. Gene, stop yelling at me. Ah! All right. China is doing amazing. China is not doing amazing, Mario. China is a paper tiger and it's full of shit. China is garbage. Hot freaking garbage. They have fake food. They sell each other fake rice. They're not even trying to poison us. They're poisoning each other, these crazy mofos. Their people there completely lost it. She is just a freaking moron. The ministers are, filling their pockets and stealing from everything and everywhere they can. Their AI crap is utter bullshit. It seems the only thing they're actually making real progress is on the energy front. Everything else is a paper tiger. Their economy is in shambles. Their real estate market is complete and utter bullshit. It's look up tofu drag projects. You can come up with your finger to the wall and just carve through it with your finger without even making an effort. China is bullshit. Stay away from anything and everything that is Chinese, unless it's a plastic corkscrew or something, whatever, some plastic one-time use bullshit, right? Most of their stuff is just utter trash. I mean, everything is. They're good at making plastic, kitchen gadgets, things that you replace for like $1, that soon you'll be printing with your 3D printer at home. China is trash, garbage, hot garbage. China is a big fat lie. You know what? Honestly, after everything I've seen, if I would go to China, I'm not even gonna, like, I love Asian food. I love Chinese food. At least, well, some of it. Some of the authentic stuff turns out to be completely over. Look, Mario, try YouTube Serpenza, okay, or Lowai 86, LOWHAY 86, something like that. Lowai. I don't remember how you say it, or you write it, or without. I probably mispronounced completely, butchered it. But look up Lowai 86 or Serpenza. Serpenza is a South African YouTuber who used to live in China. For his wife is Chinese. Lowai's wife is also Chinese. They're partners. They used to hang out in China there and travel around China. And I learned from them. And Serpenza is also acquaintances with Tom Nash. Tom brought him to his podcast a couple of times, to the community, and interviewed him. And we asked a bunch of questions about China. China is garbage. I wish I could interview Serpenza for you guys. I wish I was on that level that Serpenza would give an F about my channel, and I would be able to sort of. But probably Tom will probably be able to bring him again, and you will see. Look into his channel, and the dude is amazing. He's tremendously knowledgeable. Then I'm trying to remember what his real name is. Vincent, I think. Damn it, my brain is crap. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I can remember his name right now. I'm not certain, but again, Serpenza. That's his YouTube channel. In fact, let me see if I can quickly look it up for you. I hope I'm not gonna be in trouble for it, right? I hope not. Should probably look in the chat. You probably already found it and I'm being a moron. Winston, yes. Winston, yes, sir. Chris, thank you very much. Winston is an absolute legendary legend. He's not just a legend, he's a legendary legend. I cannot lie and say I watch his channel religiously, but I used to watch quite a bit of it. And I do oftentimes still find myself watching both his and Lowai's stuff. They have amazing channels, both of them, and combined channels. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. Yeah, Mario. You do that. Don't watch any of the videos on Yulin Festival unless you are ready to be heartbroken for life. It's bad. There's a lot of bad stuff, Taylor. You have to admit, a lot of stuff that Serpenza showed, and Lowai, the guys showed some. I mean, it demystified a lot of things I had in my mind about China. And to be frank, I was really surprised, and that also demystified a lot of things with regard to their, just real estate market and the economy and how they are as people. I'm not saying everybody out of China and from China are bad people and liars. No, they're probably amazing people there, just like everywhere. Just like in Israel, we have amazing smart people and we have shitty dumb people and everything in between, right? And all the possible mixes. But I'm talking more about the government, about the control, the CCP. Basically, it seems like they are just a cancer of sorts on their society, and it does trickle downwards, it seems. And I don't think Chinese society at times the way they are because they want to, is because the conditions force them into the situation. And there are plenty of things that we don't want to mention here because the channel probably is going to be in trouble if we will. But Union Festival is one of the hardest things I had to accept in life. Look, Chris, I'm sure there are far harder things that we are aware of, right? That if we don't think about. If you think about, there are atrocities being done in Africa all the time, Middle East all the time. People turn a blind eye on whatever whatever suits them, the politicians, the media, and all that. Look at how the media criticizes Israel while having to deal with murderous, crazy people, not even bringing the point that a lot of our people who are helping us defend Israel are Muslim Arabs, Christian Arabs, Jews people, all sorts of people. Really, Israel is basically is a safe haven for a lot of people, a lot of cultures. By the way, wink wink, quietly we close the gap, boys and girls. Let's see what the market is truly planning to do right now. We're probably going to retest this again and again and again. As you see, we now know this is a very strong support or resistance. I would highly recommend those who have it marked, maybe, highlight it, make it a little bit stronger, not maybe a bad idea for you to remember that it's a strong support and resistance. You see, we keep on retracing back to it, falling back, hitting the head. It's there. It's definitely there. So those who wonder whether, you should mark it. But yeah, the market is continuing right now to test that area as we suspected. No surprise for us. Let's see. I'm curious. Gene, I hope I covered that with you. We're good. What else? Let's look. Let's go back to SMCI. I want to see how they're doing, if you don't mind. Why don't I have what? What happened there? Maybe I marked it by accident. Okay, so yeah. Look, I hate to say it, but yeah, looks like we're getting ready to go even deeper. We're probably going to retest some of these levels. It's not going to be all that straightforward. Even if we're going to break down further deeper, it's not going to be all that surprising if we're going to end up retesting in various ways before we actually break away from these levels. I'm not going to be all that surprised. I just chose a random spot in space, right? Just to give you an idea, just to be clear. Okay. It's gonna be fun if my random spot will turn out to be accurate. Anyway, so that's that. Off topic, does Intel... Look, Tom and I are a bit of a disagreement on that one, and I hate to bring that about because most of you are part of the community. Look, Intel, I perceive it differently. Intel is still is a staple. A lot of people don't realize. The same way Boeing, for example, people, Boeing is doomed. You have that problem, this problem, sure, but people neglect or don't know from the get-go that Boeing has a contract with the U.S. government to build them a force field. Yes, you heard me correctly. A force field. That is basically a money black hole, right? A black hole for money. A black pit with no end, bottomless pit for money. All right. And I mean, it's gonna be cool when they develop it, and I'm sure they're having some. You can look it up. There some relative levels of success. But what a lot of people don't realize that in the military-industrial complex or sphere, if you will, Boeing takes a big part, and there's always something or an angle in which Boeing is involved, right? So in that same way, Intel is. People don't realize Intel is also very much involved in a lot of projects, and they usually sit quietly. They know how to sit. They know how to keep their lips very tight, even when they're working on something new. The reality is that I don't see Intel going anywhere yet, although the competition is, rough right now with them. Also, they promised a lot of big promises, but look at this. NVIDIA benefited from all the empty promises, right? The foundry promises and all sorts of empty promises, but and they got the benefit, the economic benefit for it. Intel didn't. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, if you will. Intel is a dividend stock. The dividend is shit right now. The reality is that the future is... These sort of assets work not in that way that you are in it for the value. Plus, it's so low. I'm not gonna say it can go lower. It actually probably can and probably will. But then again, if you're looking at it in sort of this swing perception, right, there is something to talk about. It might take a long time. Like, look, less time you were sort of gave you the swing, right? The process to get in took you 5,270 days, not included weekends, right? So it's forever and a bit, basically. These things are very slow processes. You can execute multiple times inside if you have more of a trader mentality, or buy in multiple times. But I don't think we've seen the end of Intel. And I think Intel is as well as it was back in the day, is a good staple for a proper healthy portfolio. It is, I know it's hard to accept. Again, if you want to come and hang out with us on Discord, I'll explain more in depth why Intel is the way I perceive. No, why I perceive Intel to be what it is, and it could be whatever. But I think Intel still is the don't kick it to the curb yet. And I would argue that it's not a bad place to start picking up some. And that is that. Off topic, yeah, look ready to start dancing. Very good, very good. Yeah, we're on the same page right there. It seems. I'm expecting. Remember, just realize, Taylor, it can take forever. Right? I mean, it can take forever. Right? Look. My silver shares profit keeps dropping, even if in high green. I'm assuming it's the dollar fluctuating. Could be, Chris. Precious metals work differently. Precious metals, Chris, I think I told you, if you want to talk about precious metals, or again, precious metals are a realm of their own. I'm sure you're aware of it. Especially, people often look at silver and gold almost intertwined. That's not true. I highly recommend joining the community and hanging out so we can talk about it in depth, and there's a lot I can say. We have Brad, who's really a big fan of gold and silver, who understands these ideas very much so, and rightfully so. Very smart dude, student of mine, beginner student, but still a student. Somebody I'm very proud to say, a student of mine, very bright person. My portfolio is taking off today. I don't know. I don't know what my problem is. It's like when I'm up like this, I get super worried. Anxiety. Ozzy, technical analysis. This is why people, when you know technical analysis, you're less worried, because what you're seeing makes sense to you, or doesn't make sense, contradicts. You're not flying blind, if you know what I mean. But when I'm down, I don't even really think much about it. Ozzy, I keep saying in the community, I said that so many times. I hope the guys and girls here can confirm. People are really bad at losing money. That is known. People are far worse on being in profits. It's a known problem. Look, this is why, again, TA, again, TA. Technical analysis allows to reach certain levels of comfort, proper portfolio management. They help you properly manage your portfolio, if you will, and so forth. Ozzy, I still have one spot. If you know what, why not? If it's gonna match with a time frame, Ozzy, for you, I'm gonna make an exception. If you reach out to me and want to get the technical analysis course, I'm gonna open up a spot for you. I hope, as long as it matches with the time, right? If it doesn't match with my time, we're gonna have a problem. But as long as I have a schedule opening for you, I'm willing to give you a spot. You seem just like the right guy who's going to be actually benefiting from this quite a bit. Love the juicy description. Thanks, brother. Sure thing, Taylor. I mean, you're not the first time here, so. Smurford, that's nothing wrong. That's the right way to thinking. You got SA value mine here with which is amazing. Deals are amazing. Exclusive stuff isn't good. What do you mean? Deals are amazing. Exclusive stuff isn't good. You confused me with the last one, Christoph. You see, boys and girls? Perfect. In fact, look at the body of the candles. Look at this. Perfect. Look how perfect it worked. Perfect. I need the magic meme, you know? I need the. Am I allowed to show memes, or am I gonna get banned for this? Am I gonna get demonetized? You know, boys and girls, you know that meme, the magic, right? I should just for a second, just for a second. Let's see if let's hopefully I'm not gonna get punished. So you see, magic, boys and girls. This is what TA does for you. It gives you confidence because you know how the market works. All right. That is this is an I told you so moment, boys and girls. This is an I told you moment. I don't. No, no. I just received a message from one of my students and friends that you have to sell a small portion of his holdings, which got me really sad. He toughened out some of the hardest times in yeah. I guess I'll have to talk to him later. That's so sad. That is so sad for me, boys and girls. You see, anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that stuff. Anyhow, demos aren't scary. They are amazing opportunities. Christoph, buy when the blood is in the streets, even if the blood is your own. Christoph, yes, brother, yes. Christoph. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Guess you're right. It just feels like it should be the opposite. You're right. It should be intuitively, if you think about it, Ozzy, it should be the opposite, right? But the reality proves that most of your average traders, investors, whoever, doesn't matter, your average person in the market are shark food. And that mostly happens due to emotional instability and lack of that emotional fortitude, if you will. And part of what technicals provide you is the understanding, the reasoning to why things happen. And this is why we're not timing the market. We're just, look, it's the same way if you're about on a highway, you're about to take an exit, and there's an accident on that exit, and the exit is blocked, that doesn't change your destination. But determining the destination is actually that leg day. It's that technical analysis, advanced skills, as you see right here. So we don't time it. We didn't ask ourselves, how soon will this happen? We didn't care whether it's going to happen this way, or even that way, right? But we do know it's probably going to happen for various reasons. Just to give you an example. And of course, I teach far more in-depth and far more advanced tools in my actual one-on-one academy. Ozzy, take the, I advise you to take the opportunity because these are few to none. I used to think seeing big gains would get me excited, but all it does is make me sweat. Correct, right? Because you're worried you're about to lose them, and you don't understand the rationale always of what's going on, why it's going on, so thus you get worried. Absolutely. Right, so boys and girls, again, one more time, I'm reminding you, my Patreon link will be posted in a second in the chat right there. What's going on? Why is my everything stuck? Okay, yeah, here it is. That's my Patreon link. Join me. There are, by the way, there are numbered places. I forgot to mention, there are like 45 spots left there, but it's also going to be locked once it does, and I'm not going to open them again. It's like kind of an agreement thing Tom and I do. Right now, it's the cheapest way to join Tom Nash's Discord as well, to the members partition. Join his 4 Zoom calls a week and more, far more stuff, as I mentioned before. It's only $10 a month, and once, of course, this tier is locked, it's gonna full is gonna get locked for quite a while. And another thing, by the way, when it's gonna get capped at 1,000, it's gonna get locked forever. That's it, never ever again. That $10 will be an available price into our community. Okay, that's gonna be the final time. That's an agreement we have. All right, that's it, boys and girls. I think we got wrap this up. It was a lot of fun. today's session definitely. I might do another session later today, although it's so soon, I don't know if I will. It's worth the money. Chris, thank you very much for saying so. I believe so. We do put tremendous amounts of money ourselves. Pretty much all the money that we get from the community, we put back into the community. Time, a lot of time that we put individually, both Tom, myself, the Zoom meetings, the Hangouts, the giveaways, all in all, in between both and myself and the rest of the staff, Tom, Tim, Mama, Arnon, Christoph, we all put stupid amount of time into the community. So, yeah. Thanks again, Greg. Hey, KKK. KK. You really need to change this nickname. That's a trap, especially for crazy, ADHD people like me. Stay safe. I'm doing my best. It's a bit problematic here, as you guys know. It has nothing to do with us. It has everything to do with the crazy terrorist people around us. We're really doing our best. If you do another live, I will be there. I will keep a lookout. Chris, thank you very much. Boys and girls, don't forget to ring the bell. That way you'll always be informed when I go live, unless YouTube decides to do some weird thing and not let you know for some reason, because it doesn't like me or whatever. But yeah, the community is growing rather rapidly. Don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and I will see you on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this. I will see you on the Discord and the community. Love you much, a lot, every single one of you, and thank you from the core of my soul, not from the bottom of my heart. I don't like to, the gratitude from any bottom doesn't sound all that great. Double crooked ass bottom. All right. Love you, boys and girls. Peace out. See you on the next one.